Reading before the break is Joseph J. Capista. His poems have appeared in numerous national publications, including most recently Literary Imagination, North American Review, Slate, and most importantly, Smartish. He teaches at Towson University, which is just north of Baltimore, and that's where he comes from tonight to read for you. Joseph Capista.
Thank you, KGB, and thank you, Smartish. I'd like to read two villanelles tonight, both of which appeared in issue number 19 of Smartish Pace. The first one's titled 30-something Blues, and it's for my wife Shannon, who is in Baltimore as I read this. A while back I read a poem by poet Mary Jo Salter called Video Blues, which is a villanelle. And it was the first villanelle that I read that I thought I kind of got what was going on. I could see how the form worked. I was terribly excited by this, and so I thought, I want to do that. And that's where this poem came from, 30-something Blues. It's not the risk we mind, but consequence. To do without at 22 was in. Yet now we've had. To have not stings. We wince at what in younger days we sought. The chance of sloughing all we never meant to own. It's not the risk we mind, but consequence. The job, the car loan, the mortgage on the house. The things we need are things, not dreams, but plans. How once we've had, to have not stings. We wince at possibility, should it yield less. No lamb and cherries, nightly glass of wine. It's not the risk, mind you. It's consequence. We'll quit. We'll walk. We'll move to France. Responsible adults know my refrain. Yes, once you've had, to have not stings. I wince mid-concert when you say, I'll sing like this someday. Those notes won't pay the tax man, Shan. It's not the risks we mind, but consequences. As once we've had, we wince, to have not stings. There's an expression that some of you may have heard. It goes something like, you never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. You never see a hearse pulling a U-Haul. You may be familiar with this expression. I've heard it before, and I detest it, and I detest it so much that I decided to make a villanelle out of it. So that was the genesis of this one. Okay, the poem's written. There's the voice of a pastor who comes in, so there's kind of like a second voice who enters here. I don't know. You'll hear it, I guess. So the poem's title is Last Request. We hitched the U-Haul trailer to his hearse. Our friend was dead. Do this for me, he said. Then drive me through the town without remorse. He claimed he heard a pastor chortle once before a pious, piety-keen crowd. You'll never see a U-Haul on a hearse. And henceforth he refused to enter church. Too smug. Each Sunday, quite alone, he prayed, then drove all over town to flee remorse. This eased his guilt until the diagnosis. What next, he thought? Recant? Rejoin the herd? We hitched the U-Haul trailer to his hearse. Unnerved by this post-mortem vanitas, we wept, as if grown suddenly afraid. We couldn't drive through town without remorse, until That is, the pastor prayed, God bless our friend, who both believed and unbelieved. We hitched the U-Haul trailer to his hearse, then drove all over town without remorse. Thank you.